Okay, guys, check it out. So I made a TikTok recently going over what I've been buying in the stock market, right? We obviously are in a stock market crash right now, bear market, everything is down. And I talked about what I was buying, the usual, VOO, Google, Facebook, a little Disney, some REITs, right? That's what I've been buying recently. Not too many REITs, just a little bit, right? And I talked about that, and I got a comment that I want to talk about in this video, and honestly, this needs to be said, point blank period. This needs to be said, so you guys can see on the screen right now the comment, and I'll read it with you all. This guy said, "What? You are out of your mind. Bear market just started and will be here at least a year long, possibly 3 years long." So I want to talk about this in this video. And by the way, follow me on TikTok at StasSurfest. We have about 20,000 followers on TikTok, and I make content every day on TikTok as well. So if you guys are interested in that, again, follow me at StasSurfest. So I want to talk to you guys about my thoughts on this, right? And this comment, I got it, and I made a video response on TikTok as well, and here we are making one on YouTube as well. When I read this comment, I was like, oh, so you know when the bear market's going to end, when the market's going to bottom, what's going to happen. Oh, so you're Nostradamus, right? You have the 8-ball. You can see the freaking future, right? That's what I was thinking when I read this comment, and it's just so stupid. I mean, people, when we get deep in a bear market, the psychology behind this is nuts. Let's talk about a bull market. When we're in a heavy bull market, which you guys remember, we were just in one. It was one of the craziest, if not the craziest, probably the craziest bull market ever. When we're in a bull market, everybody's loading the boat. They're buying. They're greedy. They never want to sell. They think it's never going to stop. And when we're in a bear market, when you actually should be buying, and I'm not telling you what to buy, when to buy, how to buy. I'm not saying anything about that here, but when you should be buying in a bear market, right? That's when everybody's like, no, it's going to go lower. You shouldn't be buying. You are an idiot. The S&P's going to 1,500. The S&P's going, well, I don't think anybody thinks that. Maybe it goes to 1,500. Who knows? But people are like, oh, it's going to 2,500, and that could happen. But the reality is, what you guys have to realize is, nobody knows when the bottom is. Nobody knows when the bear market is going to end. And the reality is, as an average retail investor, which is what I am and what you guys are, unless there's, Warren Buffett watching this video, or, who else? Ray Dalio, which I doubt. But we're all retail investors. The best thing we can do is, sure, we could be smart and not buy at the extremely overvalued levels, but when the market is tanking, right, when we're getting deeper into a bear market, when stock valuations are getting destroyed, what we can do is we can dollar cost average. We can buy into these companies, into these ETFs, index funds, and dollar cost average on the way down. That, in reality, is the smart thing to do. And I'm not telling you what to do. And it's okay to have a big position of cash right now. I have cash as well that I'm keeping on the sidelines to play it a bit more safe. But I'm also aggressively buying. Every week I'm averaging in pretty much at this point, and I will continue to do that over the next coming months. If this lasts a year, 2 years, or even 3 years, like Nostradamus here on TikTok, thanks. However long it lasts, I'm going to continue dollar cost averaging, because in the next bull market, which, believe it or not, guys, the markets work in cycles. Yeah, there's going to be another bull market at some point. In the next bull market, if you're dollar cost averaging, if you're being disciplined, if you're buying good companies, and I'm not saying dollar cost average into penny stocks or crappy meme stocks or crappy crypto, meme coins or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're dollar cost averaging into index funds, S&P 500, VTI, VOO, if you're buying blue chip companies, strong, profitable companies, you're gonna be great in the next bull run, whenever that does end up coming. But you really have to endure the pain. This is again going back to the psychology, of it. People, they just can't endure the pain through a bear market, and they end up jumping ship. They jump off the roller coaster ride at the worst time. Again, you kind of have to use reverse psychology in a sense when it comes to the stock market. You have to train yourself to be like, okay, when I see heavy red, view that as it's time to average more, buy more. Not all the time, but when we're heavily in a bear market, which at this point, I would say, okay, we're not completely in free fall collapsing, but we are pretty into a bear market at this point. The Nasdaq's down over 30%. Same with the Russell. The S&P's now down 20. The Dow's down 16, 15%. You have to view that as a good thing. You're getting stocks at a lower valuation, and this, believe it or not, crazy, right? It speeds up your your financial goals. You buying stocks at cheaper valuations, it gets you to your goals faster, right? Because your returns could be larger, right? That is how this works. And another thing worth mentioning about the bears out there, trust me, there's a lot of bears out there, perma-bears, right? People like this, they always think it's going to get worse and worse and worse. They're calling for doomsday. The sky's falling. Buy gold. Buy this. Buy that. Peter Schiff is one of these guys. I listen to Peter Schiff, not all the time, but I do listen to him, and I agree with a lot of what he says. But the truth is, his strategy, he way underperformed the past 10 years, 15 years, probably the past 2 decades, because he doesn't invest in U.S. stocks pretty much, because he thinks the sky's falling, the dollar's going to collapse. He thinks the U.S. markets are going down the toilet, and he's severely underperformed because of that, right? And I'm not dogging him. Everybody has their own strategy, right? Which is fine. Kudos to Peter Schiff. I actually really like him. He's way smarter than me. Obviously has way more money than me. I'm just a small fish, guys. And I'm not trying to claim like I'm some kind of genius or anything like that, right? Nothing like that. But yeah, it's just a strategy, and he's a perma-bear, let's be honest. He's very bearish. And if you're like that, you're going to miss out on buying opportunities. You're always going to think it's going lower, and you're never going to end up picking up any stocks, any shares at cheap prices, any, index funds that have gone down a lot. You're never going to buy anything. Then you're going to miss the run up again, and then you're going to be out of the markets for 10, 15, 20 years, and then boom, you can't retire. That's just the reality. There's people that have been in cash for a long time. I listen to Dave Ramsey. You guys see those clips sometimes that pop up. I'm subscribed to Dave Ramsey. I listen to some of these clips. There was this woman that was on there that she and her husband, they kept $100,000 in cash since 2010. And I was like, I face palmed. I was like, oh my God, like crazy stuff, right? So I know it's crazy, this bear market that we're in, but and it for sure could get worse. But what I'm doing is I'm buying. I have a long time horizon. I'm trading. I'm making money in the short term, buying for the long term. That's what I'm doing. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and make sure to get your free money from Moomoo. You get up to 5 stocks, each up to $2,500 if you deposit at least $100, and if you deposit at least $2,000, you also get a free share of Twitter, guaranteed. If you guys want that, link down below. It really helps out the channel as well. Make sure to also join my Patreon and get your 5 stocks from Webull. Guess what? Those are also linked down below. And with that being said, cheers, guys. I'll catch you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your weekend. Peace out.